The world is going through a major wave of layoffs. Since January 1st, 2025, more than 4,286 companies have announced mass layoffs. 48,000 for UPS, 14,000 for Amazon, 24,000 for Intel, 11,000 for Nissan. Over the past few months, we've seen global companies announce layoffs one after another. But behind these massive numbers, there's something very different happening this time. In the past, layoffs were usually caused by financial losses or industries going through downturns. But this time, the companies cutting jobs span across tech, manufacturing, consumer goods, healthcare, consulting, almost every major sector. If it were just one company or even just one industry, we could say it's bad management or an industry winter. But when 10, 20, or even 50 companies start laying off at the same time, the situation becomes much more complicated. After reviewing a large amount of public data, we can see three clear characteristics of the 2025 layoff wave. Layoffs are happening globally. The US, Europe, and Asia are all cutting jobs at the same time. The affected industries are extremely broad. This time, tech companies are not the only victims. Some companies are still profitable, but are choosing to lay off employees anyway. What's even more surprising is who is being affected. This time, the hardest hit group isn't factory workers, retail staff, or customer service teams. It's office employees, white-collar workers, middle management, and back-office roles. This is very rare in history. For decades, white-collar jobs and mid-level positions were considered stable and secure. But in this wave, they've become the primary targets. And many of the companies doing the cutting are still profitable, meaning these layoffs are, in many cases, proactive slimming down rather than emergency measures. This wave of large-scale layoffs shows that global hiring is slowing down. Instead of expanding, companies are now focused on restructuring and cutting labor costs, which naturally means fewer jobs. And as more people start worrying about job security, they spend less. Lower spending leads to lower profits, and lower profits make companies even more cautious with investment, creating a cycle of slowdown across the entire market. At the same time, companies are going through major structural changes. Middle management layers and back-office teams are being cut, and many roles are proving that fewer people can get the same work done. And once these positions are removed, they're not likely to come back. Overall, this round of layoffs feels more like a signal, a reminder that we all need to prepare for a very different job landscape in the future. What exactly is driving these layoffs? Is AI really replacing people, or is it just a convenient excuse for capital? In the next episode, we're going to break down the deeper forces behind this global layoff wave and talk about what ordinary people can do to get ready. If you don't want to miss that, make sure to subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.